How's it going, dude?
Good, nice to meet you.
You too. Where you from?
Philly?
Hey.
Yeah.
Eagles.
So one thing that struck me about the movie was the pace. It felt like there was never, it was picking up and there was a lot of moving around. That's something I've actually noticed in like Louis' show, which you've actually made a couple cameos in. Like the way the camera moves and the way that nobody's ever like sitting down or standing still. Is that a creative decision that you made? Like, is that something you were thinking about when you were making?
Yeah, I mean, you're making a movie. It's not a play.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't. If you can be walking in a scene, why not walk? That's just the way I look at it. Like, let's get the pace going. Let's keep it moving. Plus, it's it's the day in the life of a person, a busy day. So you just want it to be busy. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's another thing I notice is that it all kind of, it feels long, not in a bad way, but it all takes place in the matter of like 5 hours, the entire movie.
A little longer, but then
well, a little bit longer, but essentially within the span of a day or a couple of days.
Yeah, span of a day.
And is there a reason that you did that in particular? Because I feel like it could have gone longer if you needed to, but you definitely made the decision to keep it in the short.
Yeah, to me, it's weird. It seems like making it happen in one day made me have to use my imagination.
Right.
And it allowed me to jump around in time, which if I didn't make it in one day, it would have been kind of been a boring movie. It wouldn't have been the movie you have. You know, like the movie would have probably started with Charlie Rose. And, you know what I mean? It would have been like pretty conventional. And the way it moves helps to me.
Right. So it's kind of an odd reference, but I was watching an interview you did with Sway in the Morning like 2 years ago.
Wow.
And you said something about, you were doing stand-up at the time, and you said, try not to multitask, at least in entertainment. Like, focus on one thing and be great at that one thing. So when you sat down to write this movie, did you like shut everything else off and kind of like focus on this?
Yeah, I try to, I don't do stand-up when I'm doing a movie. When I'm writing anything, yeah, I try to, outside my kids, I really don't have no time for anything when I'm writing.
Right.
So, yeah, I've never been one to try to do a bunch of things at once. I mean, it looks like, oh, you write, produce, direct, all that, but it's still just one movie. You know what I mean? So
it's a lot of names for
it's a lot of names for just essentially boss.
Yeah.
You know?
Just doing a movie essentially. Yeah. I think that's it actually. So good.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks.
Oh,
Appreciate it.
Thanks
Chris.
a lot.